Pokémon, a franchise that took the world by storm and defined the childhoods of many. It has only gotten more popular with time, but what was Pokémon like way back then? More specifically, how has competitive Pokémon changed over the years for those striving to be the very best? Now that is exactly what we are here to find out. In this series, Jeexx and I will embark on an adventure to be the very best, exploring through time and space to rediscover Pokémon's past formats. In each episode, both of us will bring two teams and battle it out in a best of 3 match, and the one who wins with both teams first is crowned the champion of the episode. We hope you enjoy this trip to Pokemon's evolution with us. Welcome to the Pokemon Progression Series, A Journey Through Time. Generation 5, Unova, with Black and White and Black and White 2, was the first region to not be based in Japan and instead was based on parts of the USA. It added a hopping 156 new Pokemon, the most out of any generation, and had some insanely powerful mons for both singles and VGC, like Excadrill, Ferrothorn, and the Jinx, just to name a few, but definitely was the first generation to introduce a lot of power creep into Pokemon. It also added hidden abilities as a mechanic as well as Scald, an incredibly flexible move with good base power and a high chance of inflicted burn, as well as Gems, a series of items that give a once per game 50% boost to a move of its type when used for the first time. Generation 5 also finally removed the defense halving mechanic from Explosion and Self-Destruct, drastically decreasing their raw power. However, none of these changes defined the 5th generation as Weather did. Often referred to as the Weather generation, abilities like Drizzle, Drought, and Sandstream now brought permanent weather into battle, often referred to as Auto Weather, only fading upon a new weather play being applied, resulting in many weather wars in almost every single match in Generation 5.
What's up, guys and girls, ladies and lads, and welcome back to, I was gonna say Circular Legend, the Pokemon Prog series, this time with Generation 5 and Never Used. So, we skipped last week due to thingamabobs, but we are now back in Never Used, and without further ado, let's take a look at what we're dealing with. The first is, I'm just playing two, balanced teams, and, because that's kind of my forte, and both of the teams, I think, are somewhat interesting. Alomomola, the first time we're seeing this is like a somewhat notorious mon. I was contemplating between running Waterfall and running Scald, but because of Alomomola doesn't do a lot of damage regardless. Scald is obviously nice because of the burn chest, but ultimately I ended up with a Wish Protect Toxic set, so it just made more sense to run Waterfall. But Alomomola is an insanely bulky mon, very good Wish Passer due to the immense HP stat, obviously, also access Regenerator, so it's just a really obnoxious mon. We have Superior also here. Now, unfortunately, as much as I would love to, but Contrary isn't out, so Contrary Leaf Storm is not a thing that you can do yet. So instead, we're going for a common substitute set. I was contemplating running lefties instead of Life Orb, but lefties with Giga Drain, you would just not do that much damage. I guess you could go Modest, but I really like Timid just to be as fast as possible. So instead, we're opting for a Life Orb set and running Giga Drain. Giga Drain obviously only 5 base power less than Energy Ball, and for a substitute Calm Mind set like this, giving us longevity means that Superior is going to be a very potent sweeper late game, and Hidden Rock is there mostly for the flying and rock types not the flying and rock types, the flying and fire types that we can't hit with Giga Drain, namely Charizard. I talked about it last time, how I really don't like playing quadruple weaknesses to rocks, especially without having access to a spinner, but I really wanted to complete my Fire, Grass, Water core, and out of every fire type available to us in the format, Charizard is just by far the best one. And like I said earlier, we do have a Wish Passer, so it's not that bad if you can safely bring in Charizard, take damage from rocks, because the Wish will heal it to full essentially every time, even if you have taken earlier chip. Charizard is a Scarfer here, same thing here, obviously. But we are running Fire Blast and Flamethrower. Flamethrower is obviously there if it's enough. I would rather click that since it's 100% accurate. We have a Focus Miss here as well for the rock types that we can't hit otherwise. And there are actually a couple. The big ones, I think, off the top of my head, Armados, not Armados. Armados. I keep messing up names, sorry. Armaldo, as well as Giggly to a lesser degree, and Golem, like, they're all, like, decently potent rock setters. But mostly just, like, there are quite a few rock types in the set itself. And something like Probopass, like, even though it's very bulky, it just explodes to Focus Blast. Sorry, I'm glancing down because the dog is visiting and he's laying right at my feet. Next up, we have the return of the Devil, a Skuntank, Black Sludge with Aftermath, Sucker Punch, Pursuit, Poison Jab, Taunt, just here to be obnoxious, but also do decent damage. It hits okay hard, but mostly just here to be annoying. Seismitoad here as a rock setter of choice. We're going for a special set, thanks to the power of Scald. Now I have the option here whether I want to poison or attempt to burn something. And obviously Water Absorb is also nice here since we do have a weakness to water. And since we're running a special set, none of the other two really do anything. Finally, we do have a specs on here as well in Gardevoir, Psyshock, Signal Beam, Voice Blast, Thunderbolt. These three are kind of self-explanatory. Signal Beam is just there for coverage because the fourth move slot didn't really matter. I was contemplating also running Trick and Healing Wish, but ultimately I ended up with, you know what, Signal Beam isn't that bad because it helps with opposing psychic types and also gives us a way to hit grass types, since Gardevoir doesn't in Generation 5 doesn't have access to a special type fire move yet. But like I said, pretty straightforward team. And the other one is, I think, interesting. So I realized that we've been talking about both. The power, like Generation 5 being the first, like, clear way of power creep, where it's like the quality of Pokemon in the generation is just significantly higher when compared to earlier generations. But I felt like we haven't really shown that properly. So I wanted to build one of my teams to be all 6 Mons from Generation 5. And this is what I landed with. So first up, we have Mandibus here. Another extremely bulky Mon, Foul Play, Taunt, Roost, and Toxic. Overcoat means that you also don't take damage from weather conditions. And I think later this also protects you from powder moves, stuff like Spore. But obviously that's less relevant here for us. But it's still nice. Foul Play is our only way to actually attack, but mostly we're just here to be extremely obnoxious. Then we have a Garbodor here. Rocky Helmet, Aftermath, this is just our physical pivot. Also almost maxed out physical defense. Spikes, Toxic, Pain Split, and Clear Smog. Clear Smog, I decided to go focus mostly. Like I said, like, we're switching this in on U-turns and stuff to get a bunch of chip damage from Rocky Helmet. I don't want this to be a set of fodder, because even with, like, if it's something that's Toxic immune, and even with something like Pain Split and us getting a free layer spike, if we get swept afterward, it doesn't really matter, because our team is very slow, so we're prone to getting swept. That's why I wanted to have an insurance for sweeping situations. Golok returns, but whereas last time I was running a no guard Dynamic Punch set, this time I decided to go for more consistency with Iron Fist, because the coverage of Ice Punch is actually really nice for the team. Shadow Punch also gets the benefit. Then we have Earthquake, obviously, just for stab, and we do have Stealth Rock on Golurk as well. We're still maxing out its offenses, though. We're trying to hit as hard as possible, but getting a layer of rocks on top is nice. Next up, we have Sock, Choice Band, Mold Breaker, Close Combat, Earthquake, Ice Punch, Stone Edge, another Ice coverage, obviously, really nice. Stone Edge there to hit stuff like Charizard for guaranteed Oko, and a Mold Breaker. Earthquake is obviously nice for levitating Mons, like a levitating electric type in Electros. I love Electros. I think this is like one of my favorite Mons from all of Gen 5. This thing is so cool because it can just do anything. It also has an insane move pool where, like, whether you want physical Electros or special Electros, like, you will find 4 moves that you would want, and it's more suffering from poor move slot syndrome. And as a result, it's a very good user of the Expert Belt. For my set, I've decided to go for Thunderbolt, Superpower, Flamethrower, and Giga Drain. So just having like 3 special moves and Superpower is there for coverage. We are still like investing quite heavily into attack, although we only have 1 attacking move. Because for stuff like the aforementioned rock types, as well as like Probobass, we want to be able to blow them up with superpower. Finally, we do also need another defensive backbone, and I've decided to go for a Calm Mind Musharna. Calm Mind with a Bolt and max defenses makes this thing extremely bulky. Obviously, Synchronize means that if you're statusing it, you're getting status back, and Heal Bell lets us cure the status from ourselves, which is really nice. Moonlight there just for recovery, and Psychic to hit back hard. It does have a decent base special attack in 107, but without Calm Mind boost, it's not really doing much. So it is also, this is another mod that is prone to sometimes getting set up on, which is why Calm Mind is also nice to have. But I'm honestly quite excited. I think the Gen 5 NU format is relatively interesting, and there's a bunch of like really good mons. So I'm honestly pretty excited about this. So thanks for watching the team breakdown. Hopefully you enjoyed Jeexx as well. And afterwards, I'll see y'all in the battle zone.
Okay, so we are running Gen 5 NU this week. We're playing some good old never used Pokemon. Asterisks, they are used in the NU tier and below. Well, were used in the tier below, and then in the, you know what, fuck it. I don't know. I don't care. Anyhow, we got Zangoose, we got Seismitoad, we got Piloswine, Mandibuzz, Kadabra, and Electros. Zangoose with Return, Close Combat, Quick Attack, Shadow Claw with max speed investment, and then hopefully giving some shit a run for their money with like Stab, Quick Attack, with Toxic Boost, and then obviously... Oh, I guess the idea, because I had Protect on this earlier. I think the idea was, oh, I just fucking lead with this, and I click Protect to get the Toxic off, guaranteed. But I don't think that's gonna be relevant. I think, because it triggers on switching too, so I think I should be fine. Then Seismitoad with Stealth Rock, EQ, Scald, Protect. We have Piloswine with Stealth Rock, Ice Shard, Protect, EQ. You don't have Spikes instead, do you? No. Obviously, Ice Shard because priority, EQ because I think this can actually kill, and then Rocky Helmet Thick Fat for a little bit of defenses against fire, essentially just taking normal damage for fire, and then Ice type moves being Giga resisted, I think? Yeah, I'd regular resisted. Mandibuzz with Lefties, Pigpacks, Knockoff, who's Toxic Substitute. I don't think... Weak Armor seems like it could be kinda cool, but at the same time, I don't think this Pokemon is that strong in terms of attacking. That's why I got this set. Like, yeah, fucking... Yeah, you know, just look at the set. Look at the set. What do you think I'm doing? I got Stab Knockoff, which does like 30 damage. Holy shit. I got Roost, Toxic, Sub. I'm a Sub, I'm a fucking Roost, I'm a Toxic, I'm gonna click everything. I don't have Protect. Yeah. Fuck me, I guess. But fuck you if you think I'm not running Protect on literally everything else. Except for like my Kadabra, which has Psychic Trick, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam. Obviously, this is pretty perfect coverage. And then Traika's here so that I can just be like, hey you, fuck you. Because this is like the fastest thing in the world outside of Floatzel and I think Electrode in the tier. Electros with Volt Switch, Giga Drain, Flash Cannon Discharge, Levitate, Lefties, Pivoting, Big Deeps. What I was originally thinking was I would run... if this was like a VGC team, which obviously this is fucking dog shit for a VGC team, but I would have two modes. I would have Kadabra sweeping and Zangoose sweeping, and then I would have a slow mode where I have maybe a third Mon, which has the ability to... Maybe even like running Kadabra by being Giga Slow. Having that run like Trick Room to get Trick Room off, and then using priority moves on it, or not priority moves, but like other moves that can be used after the fact for other shit, like having Focus Sash, for example, on it to use a Trick Room guaranteed, because it has Magic Guard, it can be used to switched into later as well. But then I realized if I give this thing Trick Room instead of just like running it as is, it's gonna be griefing itself. It's too fucking fast, and the other guys are actually pretty fast too for the tier. So yeah. Second team is Haunter. Wait, what? Oh, Hunter. Yeah. I was giga confused for a moment. They're like, wait, what the fuck? Why do I not have nicknames on this? I swear I nicknamed this. But yeah, we have Hunter the Hunter with Will-O-Wisp, Trick Room, Shadow Ball, Sucker Punch. It's a speed lowered nature. It has Eviolite, so it might be able to take a hit. But I think I could be running Focus Sash on it. But this is a like really slow team as a whole. This is kind of what I was thinking would be the case. Because you can also make the argument that I should be running pretty much zero investment on this thing, right? I should be running like... Actually, yeah, let's do this. Let's just make it so that this thing has... I have Sucker Punch on this or Shadow Ball on this. Let's give you... Not attack speed. Lower defenses and... Yeah, there we go. I think this should be fun. Now, Sucker Punch does a chunk of damage. I can do Shadow Ball, I can do Trick Room, I can Will-O-Wisp. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this works out. I'm thinking this might be fine. This is like giga fast overall, and obviously I have some Pokemon in here that are not slow, specifically so that I can use them for other shit. Because like this thing is still really slow, all things considered, but in comparison to everything else, that thing is pretty fast. I think this had Fissure or something, but I think instant kill moves are bad. So yeah. But yeah, we have a Hunter with a Focus Sash, Levitate, Will-O-Wisp, Trick Room, Shadow Ball, Sucker Punch with max HP investment, which I don't think I actually want. I don't care about that, and I don't think I care about that, so I might as well do this. There we go. There we go. And now we have Greg with Lefties, No Guard, Dynamic Punch, Stone Edge, Protect, Curse. Obviously 100% accurate Dynamic Punch with 100% chance to confuse target. This thing probably will explode. It has Protect and Stone Edge as well. I think I wanted to run EQ, but I felt like I would rather have Rock coverage on it. Because I was thinking, oh, I kind of get walled by good flying types, right? I don't think there are many good flying types, but for example, we have Altaria, and I think I would just kind of lose to Altaria in a one-on-one if it has D-Dance. So yeah, I think this is fine. Then we have Weezing with Sludge Wave Explosion, Thunderbolt Toxic, Lapras with Protect, Heal Bell, Ice Beam, Surf, and Carcosa with Aqua Jet, Stone Edge, Scald, Cell Smash. Obviously, the idea with this thing and Altaria is that these can be both ran as like outside of Trick Room, and then these other three are kind of forced into Trick Room, but they're also bulky, so they won't be just exploding immediately. I also have the means of dealing with status, which I'm probably gonna be completely fucked by. We'll see how this goes. Anyhow, good luck with the games.
Motochu, Waigoran, and other Chinese.
What?
Don't worry about it.
This guy saying slurs on the internet on my stream.
No, I think Motochu is motorcycle and Waigoran is white foreigner. Thank you, Tip to Dip China, for new vocal stems. Anyways, how are you doing, man?
You know, I was doing great.
Until I started speaking Chinese, and now you're no longer a fan. Okay, I see how it is.
Until John Xena fucking showed up in my Discord call. No. Immediate day worsener.
Jeexx hates the Chinese. Noted.
That's not what I said.
But
I
that is
said
what you implied.
John Xena showed up in my call, and my day got worse for it. That's, you know.
Life could be a dream.
Life could definitely be a dream. I don't know.
Who's my avatar for today?
For today?
Look up Bianca.
Bianca. I don't remember.
And
I think it's the blondie or
yeah, one of the rivals from Gen 5.
Rivals.
I guess
Big
that's when they turn to your
quotes.
friends. It used to be rivals, and Gen 5 onwards, we're all happy.
I don't know if anybody actually likes that change, because like in my mind, it's just kind of sad, because it removes the dynamic from the entire game and becomes like, wow, we're all working together to overcome the Pokemons or something. Whereas when there's a rival, he's like, bitch, I already beat all 8 gym leaders. Maybe you should pick up the pace. And then he disappears.
I guess it kind of was different because like Gladion worked more as a like traditional rival, and B definitely did in like Sun and Moon, and then later Sword and Shield. So there are still like glances of that as well, but
I think Gladion isn't even like participating in the league, right? He's just
No.
going around being.
it's
a
just
fucking asshole.
you fight him a few times, but like how he acts and his motif and stuff like that makes him feel like a rival, but obviously it's very different.
Yeah. He's like if Silver wasn't actually trying to tackle the league. Which
Basically, yeah.
kind of...
A little less of an
Silver is
asshole,
like the
but
best
still.
rival, arguably, too, so...
Because he's a dick. A rival needs to be a little bit of a dick.
So that's the thing. Whereas, like, Gary's an asshole. Like, Gary's like the prototypical, or archetypical rival. He's like the definition of a rival character for most people. He's just the guy that you knew when you were kids who constantly shat in your cereal and antagonized you, and he's the last dude you need to kill to become the greatest guy in the world. That's what Earthbound has as well. Like, Earthbound has this exact same character as the final boss,
Porky?
essentially. Yeah, Porky.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this is like the archetypical rival. If you were to write a rival character, this is who they would be. Whereas Silver is a guy who starts from a completely different circumstance than you. And he has a completely different point of view for everything. Because like with Gary, it's like, why are you like this? What went wrong in your life for you to become like this?
To be fair,
But
he
with-
had a bunch of adult women thirsting after him from
Okay, but
the
that's-
age of 10, so...
That's in the anime, and in the anime, Gary's a very different character from Blue, right? Because I'm calling
guess
him Gary,
that's
but
true,
it's Blue,
actually,
yeah. Because like Blue is just an asshole, and he's just an asshole in fucking Gold and Crystal and Silver too. Because when you go fight him in Crystal in the post game and Heart Gold Soul Silver, he's still kind of just an asshole, just a bit of a dick. But like Silver, he has a clear reason for why he's the way that he is. His father figure is fucking. The leader of a criminal organization. Sorry, he's not even his father figure. His fucking father is just a criminal underlord, like a boss.
Yeah.
He has a perfect reason for why he's ended up the way that he does. He steals his Pokemon instead of being given it. And the way that he goes about his own process of becoming a better trainer is the complete antithesis to you, where you're like taking care of your Pokemon and leveling them. He's leveling them, but he's not taking care of them in the same ways. And it's actually like there's a story there for your rival, and it's not just like at the end of the fucking Lily Cove rival fight, your rival goes like, yeah, I'm actually gonna go back home and become like a professor like my dad. And that's it. Because like there's not any implication of that up until the moment when you fight against Brandon Dormay at Lily Cove that they're actually thinking about quitting and not doing the league. And in Gen 4, who fucking cares? Right?
Okay,
Barry's just a dog
Barry
shit version of
is
Gary.
just trying to extract money from you. Like, let's be real. He will find your ass.
Barry
You
is
will
like
get fined.
if Gary didn't have the one thing that made him Gary.
If Gary needed to get the money himself.
Yeah.
Also,
Exactly.
shout out Pokemon Showdown. Champions is now here. Yippee! Been
Yippee!
thinking because like there was a thought in my head as well, which was like if this is gonna be the VGC official format, like for the foreseeable future for a little bit. I was thinking like, would this be something that we do after Scarlet and Violet? But at that point, I think like we're probably gonna be close to Winston waves
Then,
releasing.
10.
So
I mean,
honestly,
I think we'll.
Champions might be we're kind of pondering on this, but Champions might be something that we do for the first anniversary of the series. That could be like
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
fitting because that lets
That'd be
us
cool.
then play around with the new megas and do something interesting
think
there,
about
and
that,
also
but, like-
a reason for us to play a little more VGC.
Yeah. I didn't think about this until you just mentioned it, but we've been going for like almost a year now. Right?
That is true because this is actually with which episode is this?
Have we
'Cause-
been going for more?
Pokemon-
The episodes are all over the place.
Yeah, because Pokemon, like, we've skipped quite a few week. So honestly, like duration wise, let me actually see. When did episode 1 come out? So for reference, we're recording this on the 12th of April. It's been over a year. What?
Oh fuck.
The first episode, dude. The first
Because we
episode,
skipped, like,
3rd
3
of
months.
April, 2025.
Absolute cinema. We're like a week late, but we skipped last week, so this, you know.
Yeah, because if damn, only 35 episodes in that time. Damn.
I mean, it's because we skipped a bunch. When,
Yeah, it's true.
At the end of last year.
Should we? That makes me wonder. Then should we do the anniversary? Then it was. I'm thinking like it could actually be kind of cool because obviously Champion is brand new now, and like I'm sure the it hasn't been solved yet. So
It would be so good for the algorithm if we
Okay.
did champions right now.
it could.
Not like today, but like
Yeah.
within the next week.
I mean, yeah, I'll think about it. But I think there's an argument to be made that like. Even though, like, obviously for Yu-Gi-Oh!, like, no matter how the episodes go, we just do every 50 episodes, we do that. But obviously, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is also going to be a lot longer than, like, I think I calculated this, and by my calculations, it was, like, 92 episodes that we're getting total.
Wow. Like, I thought we
me
were
check,
halfway through, but we're only a third of the way there?
Let me check. I will also admit that I think there was a world where I was like, Scout. Oh, wait. 94. 94 episodes. Okay, to be fair though, 94 episodes is counting Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, OU, which no fucking shot we're doing that shit. So it would realistically it would be actually 93. Damn, I was one off.
Hell yeah.
Okay, to be fair though, this was made when we started this episode, so the newest format here would have been Gen 9 Regulation G, and there have been a bunch more regulations for Gen 9. So actually, honestly, about 100 episodes maybe, which absolute cinema if the final episode is episode 100.
Yeah, that would be fucking sick, actually.
Let me actually real quick see, because if I'm looking at VGC, currently Scarlet Violet doubles. Oh, no, it only has... Yeah, does it have these in as like challengeable metagames anymore? Because there is also a world where there are like metagames that I have on my list, and then by the time we get there, they just don't exist anymore as a challengeable metagame. But like at the time of recording this, like looking at like probably around 100 episodes. So honestly, we don't need to do it the way we do in Yu-Gi-Oh! And there's a good chance that next week, instead of Gen 5 PU, you're getting the first anniversary episode. Because apparently
But
it's
also, I'm gonna throw this out.
been...
This comes out tomorrow, right?
Actually, wait, does it? Hold on, wait, does this come out today, actually? Now when I'm thinking about it, I think this might come out to... Yeah, this comes out today, huh?
Okay. Then yeah. Next week, probably Champions. I was thinking, like, if we had a buffer, we should probably switch it around so
Yeah.
the Champions comes out before this even.
Yeah, but yeah, that is true, because we did skip last time, so that's why last one was 9 days ago. So, right, this does come out today, so there's a good chance that you're seeing Champions next time, which... I don't know if it needs to be longer. We'll look at the format, and because it's gonna be a VGC format, it's gonna be best of 8 anyway. So, most likely 2 teams. There's a world that I would be down for us to maybe do like 3 teams, but more than that, like definitely not, because at that point it goes to like 2+ hours. But yeah, I guess that's what we're probably doing next week then. So that's pretty cool. This has been the longest pre-game yap that we've ever had, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
Anything to say about Gen 5 and you before we jump into the battles, though?
This is a slow ass format.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy fucking shit! Like, my goal, top 3 Pokemon in speed. Hell yeah! I think it's 4 actually, because there's one that is 160.
Yeah.
Which one was it? Was it Electrode?
It is
Electrode is 130.
It is kind of neat because it's like you have so many mons where like You could be running a Scarf on some bullshit, and you would outspeed the entire metagame, assuming no Scarf, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I think
I
one of my two teams, I talked about this in the team breakdown as well. I think one of my two teams is kind of cool because of, well, you'll see real quickly, but it's like relating to something that we, actually, I can just start with that, so it doesn't matter. But related to, because we obviously have mentioned like Generation 5 Stiff, like first instance of like really clear power creep. But because of the way we're doing our series, it's like you need to have at least 2 from the current generation. I figured that, you know what, we need to showcase Gen 5 is actually packs a punch. So one of my two teams I wanted to build solely using Gen 5 Mons, which I think is pretty cool.
You could find 6 Gen 5 Pokemon you wanted to use in this?
There are a lot of Mons in the series that I quite actually like.
Okay.
And I still didn't it didn't even make it hard to find the Mons for the other team either. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yep. It's been a long yep. Shall we jump into the games?
Sounds good.
All right. Best of luck to you, gamer. I will see you after the games.
Good luck. Good luck.
And I have deafened. All right. So with all that being said, that was a long yep. Sorry about that. Obviously, if you are only here for the matches, you can jump up ahead using the timestamps. But yeah, let's see what we can do here. Let me pull up this thingamabob, and well, if it isn't Sussy Jack. A couple similar Mons there, which is really cool. Once again, a shout out Glitch City for providing absolute bangers to have something on the background. Like her Pokemon remixes are just they're so fire, man. They are fire. All right, now let's see what we're actually dealing with. We have 2 potential rockers here, probably a toxic orb. Facade Zangoose. We do have a Kadabra here, unsurprisingly, which is pretty good against my team. So that's going to be definitely something to pay attention to. And actually, dude, Sock goes crazy in this game. Now the question is, what do I want to lead with? And I think the safe lead is Golurk. The issue is like, if he leads Seismitoad, it's a little annoying, and against Seismitoad, I'd rather have something else. There's also, there's a world where I lead Mandibuzz as well to go for Taunt, because like both of his rockers are very slow. What does this lose to? Kinda like not anything, right? If he leads rocks, that's fine. I can hit Kadabra for not that much damage, but also it shouldn't hit that hard back. Yeah, we'll lead with Mandibuzz the Archie the Mandibuzz. Yeah, that makes sense. Now he could obviously predict this, but if he wants to attack me and stays in and I get a taunt off, like I'm perfectly fine with that. There's also a world where like he's fast, but I somehow doubt that. It should be like around 200. I will go for taunt. Yep, he did predict the taunt, which is, like I said, like this is perfectly fine. Now the thing here is like there's a world where I toxic, but if he switches in Zangoose, like do I get smoked? Getting toxic on this thing would be so nice though. I'll stay in a toxic. That didn't do a lot of damage, so he's like most likely just the usual set. Whether he is like mixed like I am with less speed or not, that remains to be seen. Season Skull Skin, what's the burn for sure. We do get the toxic in. Now the thing here is if he switches and I get a roost off, what do I actually gain from that? Not that much. If he stays in a roost, I get a lot. But what would he switch into that I would be worried of? Maybe like Piloswine. But I have a lot of like good swap switches into Piloswine. I'm gonna stay in a roost. Because I don't really mind getting burned on this. I would rather get burned on this than get Toxic. So we'll play it safe. There's a world where like I switch into something to get my own rocks up. Because like rocks are nice here. Okay, I'm glad I stayed. Him still not getting the Scald burn is kind of crazy though, I won't lie. Like 3 turns, not getting the Scald. Next turn, or sorry, this turn's Taunt is gonna wear off. But the issue now here is that obviously he knows he is faster, so he can stay and set up rocks next time, but I would get a lot of damage on this. How fast is my... Because I made Golurk somewhat fast. I'm still slower than this thing. Alright, there's the Electros. That's fine. Ooh, wait, it might be naive. It took a lot from that. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, he doesn't... Okay, never mind. So he doesn't have attack investments, right? Because... Oh wait, not -6. If he has 0... That's not right. So he is modest, okay. Now the switch is obvious, and I think this thing gets... Because I love Electros, it has such a good move pool. I'm pretty sure it gets Ice Beam. It does not. Okay, I'm not that worried about it. Giga Drain would be annoying though, I won't lie. But I do have Sock to obviously Oko this thing with, but the thing is like Sock is so good into his team that I would rather not risk it. There's a part of me that wants to stay in, but I would eat so much from Thunderbolt. I think we'll just do the safe, go into Garbodor. The Flash Cannon. Interesting. So it looks like it's the usual. I think it's Modesta. I don't think I care about spikes that much actually. So we'll just get another Toxic going. I don't know if he would stay in. There's a world. Actually, yeah, let's get 1 layer of spikes. I don't care. Like, I don't need more. Because obviously, he has 2 mons that are immune to spikes. This is probably immune to spikes as well. So, if I'm him, I just bring in Kadabra because he gets a free kill there. But, like, that, we kind of need to sack this thing. It would also be nice to... see if Kadabra is... it could be also Focus Sash. Like, I don't hate Focus Sash. But I think it's more likely to be either a Life Orb or a choice item. And if we get to, like, see that, then I think that would be nice. The Zangoose is loose, and it is indeed Toxic Boost. Now, the thing here is that he obviously explodes me with whatever he clicks. But he would take Aftermath chip and Rocky Helmet chip. So just on the off chance that he's trying to... Because if he... Toxic Boost... if I'm not mistaken, Toxic Boost is speed, right? Zangoose is cool. Oh, it's physical attack side. Okay, okay, never mind. It's not speed, but still, like, because of how slow my team is, I can obviously bring in Sock, but then I would be choice locked. I don't want to risk him getting a SD off, so I'm just gonna stay in and click Pain Split, because he takes a lot of chip here if he kills me. Oh, wait, he didn't even kill me. Huh. So this character, yeah, the Zangoose character might be dog shit. Because that was, to be fair, it was Shadow Claw though, so it's not exactly the strongest move. What does this second layer of spikes do? Not much. Return, not Facade. Interesting. But obviously after Meltblood, Rocky Helmet, we get the trade there. And now I think we always go Mandibuzz here. That was a good one on his part. We are faster than this thing, so I do kind of... A part of me wants to stay in and click Toxic here. But... we know Flash Cannon Volt Switch. I'll play aggressive. Okay, thank God. That's really good. Now, like I said, like he could have stuff like Giga Drain, but at this point, now is where I want my rocks up. Yeah, he does have Giga Drain that I figured that he would. Now there's a world that I stay in. He's also slower than me, which is interesting, because obviously this thing is Levitate, so this doesn't matter. Shadow Punch does like decent damage. And I kind of want to predict this Volt Switch, but like do I need this for anything? I have my own Electros. I'm gonna predict the Volt Switch. If I lose this, I'm fine with that. Okay, he did say 9 Giga Ring. That's cool. Alright, then, so this thing is very slow. We know that now. I don't think Saw kills with... It does kill with close combat. If I go Sawk and click close combat and he goes into Kadabra, what happens? Kadabra dies. Huh. That's funny. If he goes into... This thing gets O-code. Everything else gets O-code except for these two. If he goes into Mandibuzz, I do have... Actually, I just... Never mind. I think it's just Saw kills everything. I need to also pay attention. I don't have a lot of time left. I've been thinking a lot, so I'm sorry. Playing it slow. Kadabra is the only thing that outspeeds me, so I think he needs to bring that out now. Because this thing dies after hazards. Mandibuzz won't die, so he could bring in Mandibuzz as well. It needs to be, yeah. And it is Magic Card. Now my switch is obvious, but the question is, what do I switch in? I think we go Mandibuzz here. I would love to see the item, but we do know that it is a Magic Guard. Shadow Ball doesn't do anything. Is that Specs? Okay. It looks like it might be Specs or... Yeah, okay, it's Specs as hell. Toxic doesn't do anything, obviously. I think we just click Foul Play here. That's fine. I was thinking of taunting, but at this point, like, now we get to, on his rocks, I get to bring in Sock to take another KO if I want to. If I get burnt though, that's really bad. I think I'd rather stay in. Yeah, okay, I'm glad I didn't switch. And next turn he's dying, so he's probably switching. If I'm him, I Stealth Rock here. Right? He's gonna Stealth Rock. I know for a fact. Oh, okay, I should have rested. Maybe he is actually. There's finally burn. I definitely expected him to Stealth Rock, but that's still fine. I doubt Piloswine Ice Shard kills me from this, so... Am I faster than this thing? How much damage do I take? I do want to stay in and taunt. Yeah, that does nothing. And we roost. Next we toxic. It should be like we should have this in the bag, but I do still want to just play it safe. There's also a chance that he crits me, which is really bad, obviously. And Kadabra is still scary. Like I do still need to deal with Kadabra. And like I said, I don't Oko Mandibus, so that's scary. But like if I can bring in Electro safely on Kadabra, at that point like we should have it in the bag. I just need to sack something at that point. Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't think he had a way back into the game, because after this thing dies, he needs to bring in Mandibus. I get to Toxic Mandibus, and at that point, like after Mandibus is toxic, like I can just bring in something. I can sack something as long as I bring in Electros safely. Like I Oko Mandibus, and as long as I get any chip on Kadabra, then I just win. So I don't think he had a way back into that game. All right, methodical first dub. Oh yeah, wait, I already have this. Let's see if we can do that again. Mandibus is obviously a menace. Well, we used one defensively insane Gen 5 Mon now. And now it's time for the other one. Alright. Now he does have two potential rockers once again. And Charizard doesn't do fucking anything into his team. Dude, Charizard is actually so fucking dog shit here. It could be a rain team actually. I could see Haunter carrying Thunder here. This is a world where this is a rain team. Well, as Superior wins, like Altaria, if we get chip on Altaria and we get rid of Haunter, like Superior just immediately wins the game. But yeah, Charizard is fucking useless. Do I need rocks up? If it goes... I'm just worried about the Haunter lead. I'm deadass thinking leading Charizard here. Oh yeah, it's probably been 2 minutes, sorry. Skuntank is also actually a pretty decent lead. Actually, yeah, I like Skuntank quite a bit. I'm gonna leave Skuntank. Alright. Well, this thing is obviously gonna be way slower than me. We'll just click taunt, because I want to see if he wants to rock. Don't burn me. Okay, thank you. Now this thing is taunted. There's a world where I just immediately go into Superior and set up a sub, assuming that he stays in the skulls. What would he switch into? Like, he wouldn't switch into Haunter here, and that's the only thing that I'm worried about. I'll try to win immediately. I think I lose. I think that's literally a game loss. Huh. Well, play slow methodical first game and lose to an 80% accurate move hitting the... That's so annoying. Well, I lost my win condition to RNG, so that sucks. This is gonna be a hard fucking game. Okay, how do I win this now? Like, genuinely, how do I win this? He will be switching here, so I'll set up rocks. Okay, I mean, that's just my... When Wincon got crit by an inaccurate move. Stuff like that just sometimes happens, and nothing you can really do about it. We'll still try to win here, but I'll see. If it looks unwinnable, I'll just forfeit, because I'd like to obviously... Okay, yeah, we knew he was going into this. Now the question is, what does he want to do? I don't give a shit about my Charizard still. Like, I still, like, Charizard doesn't do anything. We need to, like, play to a, like, stall Wincon and get, like, then Chaos with Gardevoir. And for that, I do need this thing gone. But I don't need Charizard. So we'll go Charizard here because it outspeeds everything, assuming this thing isn't Scarf, obviously. Actually, even if it's Scarf, we're faster. Yeah, that's one of those things where it's just like, what can you do? Alright, well, the Willow wouldn't have mattered, obviously. We do Oko with Fire Blast. Flamethrower is also almost guaranteed Oko. It's like over 80% to kill. It's more likely to kill than for you to hit. If he switches into something, I kind of don't care, because I would then at least burn it. And this says, give me the burn. Screw. And now he is Destiny Bonding. Right? Like, he always Destiny Bonds here. But I don't care about Charizard. Like, getting Charizard for Haunter, I think is fine, so... Sucker Punch. Interesting. But yeah, like I said, I don't think we can win, because if you look at this team, like, after Haunter is gone, Serperior, I guess, like, Wheezing gives you trouble still, but, like, after Serperior and, after Haunter has a little bit of chip, and the Wheezing is gone, like, a Serperior 1v4s all 4 of these mons. So the fact that I got hit by Stone Edge and immediately crit is very unfortunate. But that's Pokemon. Sometimes RNG wins games, and that's part of the game. But like I said, I mean, the chances are that he just crits me again, but if that happens, that's life. We'll just go into our Alomomola here. Given that it's Trick Room on Haunter, I think, like, there is no chance this is Shell Smash. No crit this time, that's good at least. Would I rather Toxic this thing, or I would... There's a world where I also Wish here. I'll Wish first. Because if he's gonna pivot the Wheezing on this, like, that would be on this turn. And that also gives me a chance to switch in something to receive the Wish. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this. Now the thing here is, though, that I don't really have a lot of stuff to deal with this. Because, like, I'm not doing any damage to it with Waterfall. And Trick Room ends next turn. I wonder... He might go for a status of again. If I lose my Charizard, that's perfectly fine. Sludge Wave, that's fine. No poison. And Trick Room ends. Alright. Fire Blast and Flamethrower both 2-hit KO. I could also go for it on this, but I'd rather just burn at that point, so... I think I just click Fire Blast. If it goes in this, like, there's still a chance that I burn, so whatever. Give it the burn? That's fine. Gen 5 and we're still running Boom is interesting though. Come on, Coco. Well, I do have the Mon count, but don't let that distract you from the fact that my literal win condition is gone. And like, look at his team right now. Like, I want you to look here. He has Golurk, he has Lapras, he has Carcosta, and he has Altaria. And I have a substitute Serperior with Giga Drain and Hidden Power Rock. My Serperior immediately just wins here. Because like, if you look at this set, Coal Mine substitute Giga Drain, HP Rock. I'm timid max speed, like I outspeed everything, and after a Coal Mine, like Oko, Altaria, I kill everything else with Giga Drain, like... This has a high chance to Oko if he's offensive, if I hit this. So, I got quit. First turn. Heavens. Can I have this? I would really appreciate it. If he's bulky, obviously then do it on Oko. I would like the burn at that point though, but whatever happens, happens. Charges has already done like way more than I expected him to. This thing is definitely water absorbed given his team. Okay, he's bulky. No burn, and he does hit the Stone Edge. Now, I don't... Do I have stuff to kill this with? I do kill it with Psyshock. Oh yeah, I do have Pursuit as well. Should I just take the guaranteed KO with Skuntank? I think taking the KO here is actually, like, very valuable. We'll do that. Given his set on Carcosta, like... I don't think he would have rocks. But that's perfectly fine. It's still an Oko, even if he gets the triple protect, so... Or not. Interesting. Now the thing here is obviously there's a chance that I hit myself in confusion. Actually, would he protect again? I don't know why. Part of me tells me that he protects again. I can't really punish him for doing that though. If I lose Gardevoir, can I win? No. I can't. Does he 50-50? Like, does he click Dynamic Punch again? Or does he, Actually, would I rather go... No, Alamomola can just stall a win, given his team. I needed more than this. Stone Edge, okay. I'm glad I did this. Obviously, he's still fast. Actually, he's not faster because he's bulky. But now he gets to keep this thing alive if he wants to. Would I actually? No. Skull kills this. I don't mind if he switches. I take a good chance to burn. Like, if I burn this thing, it's nice. Yeah, we get to see it's water absorb, which is really good. We're probably exchanging toxics here. But that's perfectly fine. At this point, like, the way we can win is Alamomola. Is that modest damage? It's definitely not, right? No shot. This thing does get Thunderbolt, right? Or Thunder at least. It does get an electric type move for sure. It does get Thunderbolt, yeah. Because I want to go Alamamola, but I don't think I can. I'll stay in at least once. We'll see what happens. Well... I do need chip on Carcosta. Thunderbolt doesn't do that much, actually. I'll do this. We'll see. Heal Bell. That only has 8 PP, so we will have to stall that out. Or stall out the clock. He has 15 seconds left. Well, if we're doing this, then I'm doing Wish Pass here. GG. Okay. GG's. At that point, it would have been just stall wars until you run out of heal bell, right?
I don't really know how that would play out, but I don't think it matters. I know for a fact that it's just going to take 40 turns for the game to
It would take a long time, yeah. It just,
which is like completely not worth a single moment of my day.
That's fair. And dude,
because that was like the worst possible kind of matchup, specifically where my team is Giga slow. It's intended to run Trick Rumor and then hopefully sweep you during that specific moment, and then you happen to have 2 really strong walls that work against the 2 types that I was running for sweeping, essentially.
Yeah, that's also why I was so sad about the crit, because if you look at your current 4 Mons, my superior set is Sub Calm Mind with Giga Drain and Hidden Power Rock. That thing just 1v4s the rest of your team.
Yeah.
So that thing getting immediately crit and O-code by Stone Edge is like, brother.
That I was already like confused how it did so much damage, because for some reason I keep thinking, oh yeah, grass resists ground, you know, because that makes
it does resist rock, but yeah, not rock. It is weird that it works that way.
It's really weird. I think because bug is weak to rock as well, which I think is also kind of weird. If you're resistant to ground, you should resist rock. I don't care about any other like explanation. I don't care what the names are in Japanese. Rocks come from the ground. And if you're strong against the ground, you're strong against rocks. That's why rock ground type is like the most common dual type in the game, and it sucks shit. Because everything that should
it sucks because ground type is good and rock type is not.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So we should just make like rock type even worse.
Dude, I like these names, like being a play on the name of the original Mon. I think like these were some of like your like best names thus far.
Dude, when I started looking at my team for the team breakdown, for a moment I was like, wait, what does this Hunter not have a nickname?
Yeah, because it's just Hunter.
Yeah,
I can see that. But yeah,
I was struggling for names, and I'd like named everything from now to LC, I think. No, LC I did not name, but I was naming like RU, NU, and PU at the same time. So when I got to this, I was like, dude, Golurk looks like a Greg.
He does look like a Greg, but also like it is like when you're doing names even for 2 teams, like sometimes it's just like no inspiration there, but especially like when you're doing multiple episodes at once like that, like at some point it's gonna be dude, how many times can I do the same thing with Caesar, or how many times do you actually want to do something different?
Like this time it was Pylo Swine for Pearls Before Swine, like. And then the Zangoose was, I'm gonna let the Zangoose loose.
Yeah, that I figured, because like it's unload the toad and then it's Zangoose is now loose. So.
And then Mandy Bazoff and Kadabra Kazam.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually get to even see the Mandy Baz. Oh yeah, and you didn't get to see these two. I mean, I would be baffled if you know what the names for my first team were. I don't think
it was.
So it's. Mandibuzz is called. There is no way. The Mandibuzz is called Archie, Garbodor is Slime, Golurk is Aiden, Sock is Nick, Electros is Ludwig, and Musharna is Zipper.
These are Smash players.
Okay, technically yes. It's the people from the Yard podcast, was a pod that I've been listening to quite a while and I enjoy quite a bit. But it's like they did initially meet through Melee, so I guess you know what? I don't know if Zipper and Archie play Smash. I would assume so. So technically I think you're right. And yeah, for the other one
was
sorry?
Smash players because Ludwig is a Smash player.
I think like that's the thing. Like if there's one to maybe give it away, it's that. And then obviously I think we were talking about last time, like when I was building a team, like we were talking Jojo about Jojo last time, and then I was just like, you know what, let me just name my Mons after Jojo characters. So that's why it's, you know, the hand for Alamola. It just makes sense. Ebony Devil, that's why I made Skuntank Shiny, because I feel like it fit better. Gardevoir was High Priestess. And Superior Killer Queen, because it's there to be the win condition. Charizard was flying, so I was like, all right, you know what, that's bad company. At that point, I was like losing it, and then it was just like, all right, for Seismitoad, I have no fucking clue. Give me the coolest sounding JoJo stand, and I literally googled cool JoJo stand names, and it was on the list. So I'm like, Tower Gray, fuck it.
Tower Gray is good. That's the beetle from episode 3 or 4 of part 3. That's the first stand that they run into when they leave Japan.
Gotcha. I've then probably seen it, but it's been like 5 years since I watched part 3 last. So
who's Latifany? It's just I was like naming these after actual names. So Haunter is Hunter, Golurk is Greg, Weezing is Weezer, because Weezer is from a specific series too, but I can't remember what it was.
Carl Weezer is at least from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh yeah.
So that's what you're thinking.
And then Lapras is Latifany, because I was like, is there a fucking name that has lot in it that sounds like fancy as fuck?
That's a really good name. I'll give it up. I think that sounds cool.
Tiffany and Veronica are like two names that I think when I'm thinking like, and Elizabeth. I need to come up with a fancy as fuck female name.
That's my Elizabeth. Like Elizabeth is just my default name when it comes to like female characters. I think it's such a cool fucking name.
Yeah, it's really good. And then went from there, and then Carcosa I had to actually replace, because I don't remember, I had something in place of it which was not a Gen 5 mon, but it was a water rock, I think, because it's literally just, I'm just gonna fucking replace this set and hope that this performs similarly.
I'll make my Kabutobs really fucking slow and fat.
Hell, I mean, it had Shell Smash.
Oh, dude, I was literally talking about that like when you trick roomed with. Oh, by the way, after you trick roomed with Haunter, I was like willing to put my house on you Destiny bonding afterwards. I was so surprised that you didn't Destiny bond. But
I think I was slower than you, so that's why I used Sucker Punch. Because I made the call of like, I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp on turn 1, I'm gonna Trick Room on turn 2, and then I'm gonna Sucker Punch when I'm about to die.
But yeah, I would have been faster because I was max speed, timid, Scarf, and I think Charizard even naturally is like 11. I think Hunter like max speed is 317 and Charizard is 328. If both are
difference too. Charizard is 100 versus Hunter being 95.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Charizard was a scar for him, dude. When I saw your team, I was just like, the reason why the play leading Charizard was immediately just like, all right, dude, Charizard doesn't do fucking anything here except like be fast, and he just dies to everything. So that's why I wanted to throw it away. But after my actual carry got killed in action, it was like, all right, well, we need to pivot and try something.
I mean, it kind of worked out, to be fair to the Charizard. Like, it did get 2 kills, I think, technically. Because one of them, they chunked really hard.
He did do stuff, so shout out Charizard, which is probably the time like you'll ever see me use Charizard for the foreseeable future, because as I've said before, I fucking hate using mons that are. Actually, I said this in my team breakdown also. I think like I hate using mons that are equitable weak to rocks.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Champions? Huh?
I think we can do champions. Yeah.
Yeah, but like specifically about the Charizard comment. Because it's
I
like
mean-
the best fucking
mean,
one in the thing.
Yeah, to be fair, I think Charizard like Mega Charizard Y is also like top 5 megas. I don't know. Weathers are just fucking cool.
Really?
And I don't know.
Oh, yeah. New champions. Oh, you team. Holy shit.
We should probably
doing it.
do VGC, right?
Yeah. Isn't this it? Oh, no, it's OU.
Yeah,
my
it's
bad.
different for the VGC regulations. So, also think
seems-
about like, because a part of me wants to do like 3 teams, but
3 megas? Hell yeah.
yeah, because
I'm up for
it's
that.
mostly because like the mon pool is so like small, so it's like, oh yeah, you're putting in Wims, you're putting in Incineroar, stuff like that is, yeah, it's gonna be there, but it's mostly because like the there are like so many new megas that it's kind of cool that actually I'm thinking on that, by the way, since we will obviously be in a mega format after this.
Yeah.
But it's still a little while away, and it's just also just cool to use the get to use like whatever megas you'd like. Should we just do like okay, 3 teams, and every single 3 teams. Sorry, 3. Actually, should it just be 3 teams, and we just play best of 5 instead of doing the best of 3 with stuff? I think that could actually work.
Sounds good.
And 2 of those 3 teams need to have a mega, and it needs to be one of the new megas from PLZA. So then we, because obviously when we're gonna be in the like mega formats for Gen 6 after this and then Gen 7, like we'll see all of the old megas, like most of that time like we'll have access to all of those, but obviously like Champions currently is the only way you can use the new megas that came out in PLZA. So because of that, like I think it would be cool to showcase the new stuff. So
Yeah.
you're also like, obviously you can also use like all 3 new megas, but assuming that there is a desire to use Mega Tyranitar, you can also do that. So I'm thinking like if we just do, oh yeah, let me hold the regulation, because it's regulation. What's different? Oh yeah, one of these is just okay. Yeah, so let's do the VGC 2026 regulation M to A.
Okay.
And 3
that's the
teams,
one
and we'll
I'm
do a
looking
best of 5 instead with those 3 teams. Because actually, wait, we've had 2 teams before, and then we do best of. Actually, it needs to be best of 3 with each team.
This works.
So, because yeah, I mean it's still fine. Yeah, we're not gonna do best of 5. It's just like we'll just do 3 best of 3s instead of the 2 that we usually do, and it still works out. Yeah, that's still perfectly fine. I think that still works out. So I say let's do that. And dude, my mind's telling me things, but 3 teams, I'm limited. I need my goats in there, so I'm gonna have to figure that stuff out. But so a little bit different for next week. Instead of continuing Generation 5 with PU, we're gonna have the first anniversary episode of the Pokemon Learning Journey next. Learning Journey? The Pokemon Product Series.
Learning Journey?
Too many journeys. We're gonna have the Pokemon Prague anniversary episode next week, which is gonna be a little longer than usual because it's gonna be 3 different best of 3s in the Champions format in VGC. So that's exciting. And then after that, we'll resume with Generation 5. So
Am
that's
I
pretty cool.
crazy?
Yep.
Or is Surf not in the game?
I wouldn't be surprised. There are many things that are not in the game. So
Because I'm looking at Rotom Wash right now, and it's Rest, Shadow Ball, Sleep Talk, Sword Power, Substitute, Thunder. And Rotom Wash 100% learns Surf, right?
oh, actually, Rotom Wash does not learn Surf. So the thing is about the Rotom forms, they all have Rotom learn sets, and it just whatever appliance is, they also get that type's move. So you get Hydro Pump on that, so it doesn't learn other water moves. So Surf might still be in the game if that's the case.
Then I'll just go for
Oh yeah, also we talked about it yesterday when we were doing the Archipelago stuff. We talked about Pokemon related stuff as well. Some stuff that for the future is for monotypes. We're gonna do it a little bit different than we're doing the rest of the stuff, where it's like essentially if in a previous generation you've used a type team in a monotype episode, that's locked out of you for the rest of the series, which means that like we will be going through most of the types across the years when we're doing monotype, which is pretty exciting. And there was, what was the other thing that we were talking about? I forget. It was something that's gonna come up sometime in the future, but I don't remember it now. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But regardless, next week a longer upload, an anniversary episode where we're gonna be diving into champions and trying to figure out how the video game works, if it works. And then afterwards we are resuming our Generation 5 journey from Gen 5 PU. Thank you for watching the episode. Jeexx, any last words before we get out of here?
Well, next week, I was gonna be like, my boy, Bennett, PU, we gaming. But next week, my boy, Bennett, Champions, we gaming.
Dude, is Bennett in Champions?
Yeah, Mega Bennett. Right, yeah.
Oh,
obviously.
Wait. Okay.
That's gonna be so sick,
Mega Bennett is so cool and so bad. I love Mega Bennett though.
I mean, I'm running a Trick Room team with this motherfucker.
I mean, I was gonna say, if you're running Mega Bennett, there is one viable set. Because that fucker does have like, 165 attack, but it also has abysmal bulk and abysmal speed. So there is one way to run it. But hey, when we get to Generation 6, fucking, I think NU, don't worry, I'm busting out the Mega Bennett as well.
Cat Shake. My god.
I can't wait for the Mega Bennett.
So, let's see. Mirror. Fake Out, Parting Shot, Protect. What is the last move? It's usually just coverage.
Actually, nobody's running Protect, which is interesting, really? But it's I think it's wrong. I think like what you're putting on is correct, and then just make your pick from Throat Chop, Darkest Lariat, and Flare Blitz. So whichever of those three moves you actually need.
Throat Chop is good against this fucker and any other thing that is using like Hyper Voice, so I think I should probably go for that, because obviously this is really good into this shit. Because it has Fake Out and it has priority moves to begin with, and I'm running a lot of shit that has priority. Mm-hmm. If I run into this, I think in a row with Throat Chop would probably be good.
Yep. But the cool thing is now, because we're doing 3 things, is like, what team are you putting in Insane? Because it can go into only one team, which
is I didn't think about
neat.
That. I mean, I was considering making this have like 2 modes. One of them where it's like the Trick Room mode. And then one of them that has just generally, like Bennett, if I'm using Trick Room on it, I can also run it on another mode because of the fact that it has Prankster.
Yep.
So with Will-O-Wisp and Sucker Punch and even Poltergeist to some degree, it's pretty good. So I can run it with like Arcanine Hisui on the side, which has Choice Scarf. This is like supposed to be the sweeper outside a Trick Room, and then all of these other guys are like guaranteed to always.
Oh yeah, Hisui and Arcanine is also, dude, I love that mon. That's so cool. But the fact that the reason why I love that mon is it's Arcanine, and it's what literally 1-for-1 what I wanted Mega Rapidash to be, a Rock Fire type with Rock Head and access to all the moves that it has. And it just, instead of it being Mega Rapidash, they made it a different Arcanine, and I obviously love Arcanine, so it's very cool. I really like the mon.
Cool. I like it too. It's insane.
But yeah. Tune in next week to see us dive into Pokemon Champions and see a lot of Protect clicks. So thank you for watching this episode. We'll see you next week. Thank you for overall just sticking with us with this journey. It's been a lot of fun, and we're only getting started. We'll see you next week. Have a great rest of your day, and peace.